This is the laser machine, or what some call a money printing machine. And if we believe everything we see on YouTube, which of course we do, this machine can make us tens of thousands of dollars. If you've been around the channel for a while, you already know that I have some money printing machines, also known as 3D printers. Over the next 7 days, I'm going to see if I can merge the power of lasers with the power of 3D printing. I'll be going over the whole process from design to creation of my new product. Let's see how much money I can make. The first thing we need is a laser machine. While 3D printing is additive manufacturing, we actually add material layer by layer until we're left with the product that we will want. Lasers are actually subtractive manufacturing. We start with a piece of solid material and we actually cut away or engrave and we remove material until we're left with the product that we want. So 3D printing supports a lot of different materials. However, they do all have one thing in common. For the most part, they're all made out of some different type of plastic, where lasers support a lot of different materials such as wood, acrylic, glass, even plastic if you wanted to. Alright, quick disclaimer time. I've been wanting to make this video for a while and test my thesis that I can take laser cut products, merge them with 3D printed products and create the mega product that sells really great on Etsy. However, I haven't had a laser in my shop to do so. So when Xtool reached out and wanted to send me one of their lasers for free, I saw it as an opportunity to finally make this series of videos and test my thesis. I want to be very clear, Xtool has not paid me anything to make this video or to make like a review video. I have no criteria to make sure I touch on certain things. They sent me the laser and said feel free to use it, and I'm choosing to make this series of videos with the laser. So any sort of comments or opinions I have on the laser are truly my own. And on that note, how much would it cost to add laser engraving and cutting to my existing business? Xtool offers a variety of laser machines ranging from $500 all the way up to $4,500. When starting this journey, I had limited knowledge on laser machines, and because of this, I kind of had limited criteria of what I wanted out of my laser. I knew I wanted to be able to not just engrave materials, but actually be able to cut through them, whether it be plastic, wood, or even acrylic. After talking with the team at Xtool, we determined that the best laser for my application would be their S1 laser with the 40-watt laser head. My print shop and where I'm going to be working with this laser is in my basement, and I actually don't have any windows in it. So having a way to purify the air and the smoke that the laser makes was a must. After a few days, the laser arrived and I got it set up. If you have any experience assembling 3D printers, this will be a familiar process for you. If not though, the assembly guide that comes with the laser is pretty clear and easy to follow. Now, in addition to new products I plan to make with the laser, I do have some existing applications. Take this vertical laptop stand. It uses this felt inlay to protect the user's laptop when in use. Up until now, I've been hand cutting these, but now I have a laser. So let's see what this thing can do. After downloading the Xtool Creative Space and linking up the laser, I'm ready to make my first cut. The S1 doesn't have any internal camera, so you need to let the laser know where your material is. The process is pretty simple and the software walks you through it. Just move the laser head to the top left corner and push the button on the laser. Do the same to the bottom right corner, and your material is now in your Creative Space canvas. This thing cut through felt like butter, and I was able to cut 3 of my inserts out at once in probably a quarter of the time it took me to hand cut one. And the best part is, the cuts are perfect. No crooked lines, no human error. With the laser machine set up, I need to get to business. I need to decide on a product to create and sell. To help me select my first product, I've come up with 3 different criteria. Number 1, the product needs to be personalized. Though I'm new to lasers, I'm not new to selling on Etsy. And in my time there, I've learned that personalized products command a premium price, resulting in higher margins. Number 2, the product needs to be easy to ship. Since I'm going to be manufacturing these myself, I prefer them not to be big and bulky. I've also learned through selling 3D printed items that shipping is often your highest expense of the transaction. So if I can create something that ships easily, that'll also help with my margins. Number 3, the product needs to blend lasers and 3D printing. The whole reason I wanted a laser was because I came up with this idea that if I could take advantage of what both machines do well, I could merge them together, creating a desirable product with high margins. I spent the rest of the day searching on Etsy for the perfect first product. Eventually, I settled on these stocking name tags. I can cut the backing from wood using the laser. However, unlike most of the other options you find on Etsy, I can create the name with my 3D printer, satisfying my third criteria. They are also about 6 inches long, allowing me to ship in bubble mailers that only cost about 10 cents each, satisfying my criteria that it needs to be easy to ship. And since they are stocking tags, the buyer can personalize them with their name, satisfying criteria 1. Then, as a final bonus, they are very popular on Etsy with high search volume. By creating the base with wood and the name with plastic, I can provide a lot more color options than the ones currently available without the additional labor of painting. Today I'm going to start with a prototype and see if my plan to make a tag works out. Using Cuddle, I was able to design my tag and export it as an SVG file and then drag that file into Xtool software. I have my canvas size marked just like we did with the felt the other day. In Xtool, we need to mark what lines are going to be cut and what lines are going to be engraved. Since I'm using the wood as my base outline, I'm going to mark the outermost line as my line to be cut. Quick pro tip, I'm also going to engrave the inner outline onto the wood. This line will give me a reference point when I'm actually gluing the 3D printed name on and ensure all my spacing lines up perfectly. Next, I'm going to take that same SVG file and import it into Fusion 360, which is my 3D modeling software. I'm going to extrude just that inner name this time and send it to the 3D printer. 30 seconds later, I have the wood backing, and about 20 minutes later, I have the 3D printed name. The last step is to just glue the 3D printed name onto the wood backing. This turned out amazing. My font's a little big for a stocking tag, and I got some slight burning on the wood, but for my first time cutting a laser, I'm really pleased with how this turned out, and I think we can refine these and really get them cleaned up and ready to go for our Etsy listings. On day 6, I went to the store and bought a bunch more materials, printed a bunch more names, took a bunch more photos, and set up a lot more Etsy listings. Well, today's day 7. Going into this challenge as a complete laser noob, I didn't expect to make much money, and in fact, I didn't make any money in these first 7 days. However, the challenge is just starting. I'm going to work hard on creating a lot more listings that merge the power of lasers and 3D printing. With Q4 currently happening, I think my timing is perfect and I have high hopes for this new venture. Hey, I just got an order. I'll see you in part 2. Subscribe to be notified. See ya.